Welcome back for the fifth and final round of our nostalgia trip here with Abzan Company. There's the list right there. Abzan Company Thinks, my 10K list. Check the comments if you want the list. It's a link to a Reddit post. This is an old list. Oh man. If this was like a Noble Hierarch, this hand would be decent. Okay, I'll keep. And I'll bottom bird. Up against Sight Winner. Looks like we're up against Burn. Nope. Okay. But Death's Shadow Burn, maybe? Opponent just getting extra information by bobbling me with the shuffle trigger just to see one more card in my deck. It doesn't, which is a nice little line because that way they get to also see what I'm drawing, but they also get to see just a little more information about what my deck is, because Misty Rainforest into Noble Hierarch doesn't actually tell you a ton. Need these companies to hit Finks here. Wow. Am I dead? Pretty close to it. I have to do this now while they're tapped out, because if they have a burn spell, and that's game. Okay. Nice knowing ya. Let's bring in... Sin Collectors might be okay. Knight of Autumns are definite. Anafenza might be okay. Let's bring in removal. Let's cut my cords. Actually, Voice might be okay here, just as extra blockers. I don't know a lot about my opponent's deck. So if they're not a true burn deck, Sin Collector might not be that great. I probably should put Shalai in. Yeah, this is an easy mull. I'll keep this. Turn 1, Forest into Noble. Turn 2, Druid and Path something. That's a pretty good hand. Although I have to mull something. I have to bottom something here. Bottom the Vizier. Yeah. Okay, so the worst we can do here in this league is 3-2, despite the fact that this list is very old and not equipped to handle this type of meta. So I'm guessing my opponent runs Death Shadow, and this is just Death Shadow Zoo. Yep. Yeah, I'm just not blocking here. My plan is turn 3 Collected Company. If I'd hit like a Finks off of that last one, or 2 Finkses, I definitely had a chance there. Ooh, that's a little rough. Opponent's looking at my top card. Looking at my top card. Man, Mishra's Bauble's got to be one of my favorite cards. There's just so much play to it. It's not a card you just put in a deck and like, it's like Serum Visions, where Serum Visions a lot of play to it, but Serum Visions you're sometimes like, yep, there's the obvious choice, or okay. Mishra's Bauble helps with Thoughtseize. It works really well with fetch lands, with immediate draw effects. Like, it's so good with Street Wraith. You're bolting my Druid. I need a land. I might path my own. I'm going to path my own Druid here. Well, that's really bad. We're getting some bad Coco hits this match. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 available mana. I think that's the right line. I need to pump my Skoos here. Anything I block with, I get to sack to Viscerous here to scry for another Coco. Can I shrink him twice? Instant, land, artifact. I can get rid of creature. I can only shrink one type, so I can make him a 3/4. So no. So I'll just take this. Yeah, I'll just take this on the chin. Not a bad draw here. There's my Abzan Finks again. Do I play Druid? I don't think I do. Man, I just wish, like, I've had a good Coco hit this game. Bad Coco hits make you feel real, real bad. Okay, so 2 baubles still. One, two, three, four. Boom. So I can't play Druid and have Gavany up. I think Gavany's more important than Druid at the moment. If my opponent tries to bolt my Scoos, I can sacrifice a useless creature and eat it. Like sacrifice an extra Hierarch. Yeah, it's fine. Another bauble. There's a 4th bauble. Look at the top of their own deck and conceding. Okay. I'll bring in Shalai. I think the flying and the extra win condition can be nice. Duskwatch Recruiter is something I don't know if I really want. Turn 2 Kitchen Finks. I'm good with that. This seems like exactly the type of matchup I want this for. Unfortunately, I'm probably going to have to shock here, which is a little painful, but we'll see what I draw. Nice. No shock needed. Opponent peeking the top of my deck again. Okay. Yikes. Wonder how my opponent sided. Like if they brought in something like Magma Spray, it would be really weird. And also not on the game plan, so I feel like that would just make my opponent's deck weaker. Ooh. Grafdigger's Cage is really rough against Kitchen Finks. 2, 4, 6, 8. This would put me at 9. I think I have to take it though. I think I have to just take that on the chin. Especially since I have this Assassin's Trophy to deal with that. So I do have 4 mana here. Oh no, I should have played a fetch land. That was a huge mistake, and I think that just cost me the game. I meant to play a fetch land, shock, get rid of the Grafdigger's Cage, and then have the Kitchen Finks loop. But now I have to wait a whole turn. I was supposed to do that, and then I could cast Collected Company next turn. But because of that, I really messed up. Two, 4, 6. I think I'm just dead if I don't do anything. I'll block here and here. The next turn I have 1, 2 trophy, 1, 2, 3, 4 Coco. I think that's what I have to do. Yeah, it's probably game. Yeah, that's game. All right, I messed that up, so I should have been able to Coco this turn. Bummer. All right, well, 3-2 with an old list. What would the Coco have hit? It doesn't even show me. Complete the league, 3-2 with an old list. Game 1, Collected Company wasn't very kind. Game 2, we squeaked it out with a Gavany Township, which was an all-star this league. Game 3, I made a mistake, and that probably cost the match. Still going to be close anyway, having the shock for that trophy. Overall, the deck felt fine, just like it always does. I don't think it's optimized. I know it's not optimized for this meta. Like, not at all. But what is that? The rule of thumb in Modern is if you can 3-2 a league, you have a Modern deck. No, 3-2 a league, so I guess it's a Modern deck, right? Here's the list. I'll go over it a little bit. It's just like a lot of the old Abzan Company Finks lists with a couple spicy additions. Renegade Ralliers are the 3rd and 4th Eternal Witnesses, which is very good in a meta where you're expecting your druids to die, or you're expecting to have to grind through things. Eternal Witness is better when you're trying to combo quicker, because when you have infinite mana, Cord, and an Ewit, that just gives you the game. Infinite mana, Eternal Witness is a better combo piece than it is grind piece, especially right now, while Rallier just does not die to Red and 6. Just absolutely takes over certain games, especially with Voice of Resurgence or Sappy Eric's Daughter. So those are the main big inclusions of this list. This list is better against mid-range and fair decks. Unfortunately, there aren't many of them right now, and it's pretty heavily slanted towards winning with the infinite life gain as opposed to winning with the Druid. And that's because this Renegade Rallier and the 2 Seers just makes this much better at grinding, along with the double Gavany Townships. The sideboard's a bit of a mess, and again, this was the game plan against one specific meta. Remorseful Cleric is jank. I wouldn't run that. I think this is much better. I'd rather have another Skoos, I think, than that. But I was expecting a ton of Dredge, so I wanted to have at least one card that cleanly answered them besides creatures that need to stick around. Because Dredge's game plan against me is to be slow down, have an answer for my first threat, and then go from there. And so like if they already are game planning and having ways like Lightning Axe to kill my Druid, Lightning Axe also kills Anafenza and Skoos. So if you really want to just absolutely poop on Dredge, Remorseful Cleric helps there because it stops their counter game plan a little bit. I definitely want more Path to Exiles. I got a little bit greedy. Assassin's Trophy had just come out, and I wanted to try that out. Try to be better against the Tron matchup, which the Infinite Life combo doesn't do much against. And Double Tireless Tracker is probably incorrect, but I wanted 2 trackers instead of a tracker and a Gideon to just be really, really good off my Collected Company hits. This deck is really, really good for Collected Company. We didn't really see that much the last 2 matches, but Collected Company is really good in this deck. It's built around it. So that's the deck, that's the matchup. Hope you like it. We ended 3-2 with an old Abzan nostalgia trip. I'll see you in the next one.